37 hospitals in the country have been exempted from load shedding. 3 provincial hospitals in the Nelson Mandela Metro are on that list, but not Dora Nginza Provincial Hospital, which is in the Zwide township in Gqeberha. Let's find out why now, and we speak to our reporter, Siphosethu Booi. Siphosethu, good morning to you. Why is Dora Nginza not among the hospital or hospitals that should not experience load shedding?
Toli, that is an interesting question to ask, and I do believe that it's one of those questions that, of course, also the Department of Health in this particular province will have to explain to us and also to the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay, because really, Dora Nginza Hospital, like you mentioned, it's in the middle of the township area called Zwide. Pupils and residents coming from Soweto on C, Vierplas, C, and surrounding areas in this particular township actually use this particular hospital, Dora Nginza Hospital. And joining me now is, of course, Mr. Lose, who says that he has been here in the previous weeks, and also on Friday he was here to drop off a family relative who needed quick emergency help from this particular hospital. So I'm just going to ask him, Toli, in terms of load shedding, ini affect kanjani nina lento yentoba ngoku iDora Nginza Hospital ayikho yona kwezi zibhedlele zingazoba nayo i-load shedding. Ngoku bulapha ngolesihlanu ubuzise i-patient ibizele ntoni ibhuti also, and mhlawumbi neenkonzo ezobe nizizele apha niye nade nazifumana na?
Mna madoda lose i-load shedding in-affectile njengomntu ebezise enye yeefemeli zam ndihlala kwazakhele apha eDora Nginza. I-load shedding iyasi-affecta kakhulu nalapha ezilokishini, ekuhlaleni nasezikolweni, ingawesi apha eDora, ngoba iDora Nginza sisibhedlele esinceda abantu bonke basekuhlaleni. Indaba ye-load shedding ndiyacela uba noba kwenzeka ntoni ibe khona uncediswano lwayo malunga nezibhedlele jikelele.
So niyena kwazi ke ngoku uzifumana ezo nkonzo benizele regardless of the fact that bekukho i-load shedding okanye ne-load shedding iye ibe yinto ekhoyo apha kwesi sibhedlele?
Mna ke sisiwam andizokuxoka njengotata womntana. Apha ndiqhubile ndazodrayiva ndazobafikelela apha, ndahlala ngaphandle ezindabalindi, kodwa abangaphakathi bakhalile ngento edibene ne-load shedding. Sibe siripotelana ke ezifowunini silapha ngaphandle.
That was, of course, Madoda Lose Xoli, one of the residents and also a person who had to come to this particular hospital to drop off a patient. And as far as I'm picking up in his story, this was the mother of his child who needed medical needs in specific here in Dora Nginza Hospital. And he does mention the fact that the mother of the child had mentioned to him that load shedding has been an issue and something that was currently happening inside the hospital. So I do believe that it does take longer for residents as well as patients to get emergency help when there is, of course, load shedding. And just before we actually went live, I spoke to one of the workers here in Dora Nginza who had mentioned the fact that in most particular areas here inside the hospital, he works at the unit of the nursing home where the nurses actually do give him some information as far as how load shedding has affected them, in the sense that he made mention of the fact that food now gets discarded simply because fridges turned off on. So that whole process also does make a bit of a mess in terms of food in this particular hospital is concerned. Only.
Siphosethu Booi, thank you very much for that update. It's a worrying situation.